Welcome to yet another demonstration of StraytWay. StraytWay is a navigation app I wrote myself, originally for hiking and cycling, but I tweaked it a little bit so it can be used in an aeronautical environment for VFR navigation as a backup system. So today we're going to demonstrate it by taking off or doing some sightseeing over Niagara Falls. And right now, where are we on the map? So it's just on my phone. Just click on the button and you can zoom in where we are. So we are at Buffalo-Niagara International Airport, and we're ready to take off from runway. What is this? It takes some time for the initial 14. No, yeah, 14. 1-4. And the idea is that we're gonna pass over Niagara Falls. So what we're gonna do is look for Niagara Falls, and that's here. Niagara Falls, the actual falls, they're here. Yeah, there they are. Horseshoe Falls. So we go for this one, the big one, put a mark there, and then we'll figure out our destination airport, and we'll be landing to the what is the active threshold. We'll be landing from the coming in from the southwest. So this will be the inactive threshold. What I'm gonna do is we're gonna put a marker there on the inactive, like so, and then add it directly to the as a waypoint to a route, like so. Add it as a first waypoint. We're gonna put in a second marker at the other end of the runway, at the other threshold, at the marker, and then add it as waypoint. And now we've got our runway entered as a kind of mini waypoint in StraytWay, and that's all we need. No, we need one last thing. That's the elevation of the runway, and to obtain that we gotta change or switch maps to the terrain map, the mountain map, because this has altitude lines like they're running here, but it's a flat terrain, they're hard to find, but we just need some oh, that's probably a good approximation of the elevation of the runway. It's VFR, so it needs to be approximate only, but I thought I saw a number there. Well, there it is, 100, but that's in meters, but no worries, because StraytWay has a calculator that works in where you have to enter meters. So make sure we are at number the last waypoint, and that this button, the magenta button, is activated, and that the reversal button at the button is in the reversal mode. Now it's not in the reversal mode, now it's in the reversal mode, and then the little plane appears, which means you can access the VFR calculator. There we are. So on top, elevation of the runway, meters, that was 100 meters. And we're gonna do a pattern altitude of 1500 feet above ground level, so we'll leave it at that. Click on the orange button, and now it has calculated a pattern altitude, which is 1,800. Let's make that 1,000, well, round it up, not down. 1,900, and we gotta put that right away in our here in our autopilot of the Cessna. We're in a Cessna citation, just for your info, so that'll get us there fast. That's the only reason. Oh, it's a nice plane too, of course. So 1,900. And that'll also be our sightseeing altitude. because it's flat terrain. There you go. And then our flight level change. Let's make that 230 knots. This is all CYSN citation stuff and has nothing to do with the StraytWay. Our barometer is already set. And then are heading back to the runway, heading and arm it. Like so, and I think we're set. Oh yeah. But just threw up the power because I kept my phone. Watch out for that. We still need to set the target to Niagara. Remember, we already put. Gonna switch back to the other map. Remember that we already put a marker there. There it is. So this is the marker we already put there. Just select it, click somewhere in its vicinity, like so, and then it centers. So you can do stuff with it, like put your target on it, which is it's a flag in the top right corner. Click on it, and our target is set to Niagara Falls, which is at 16.7 nautical miles. I'm not sure we're gonna reduce my speed. Hold on, because that's 230. That's too fast. Flight level change. Once more. Gonna set it to 140. Yeah. Just to climb out. Okay, I think we're set. Well, I think you should never say that in a plane. But this is not a flight instruction video. It's just to show, to demonstrate StraytWay in an airplane. Flaps 15. And yeah, brakes release, full power. Watch your StraytWay come alive. So we have to turn almost 180 degrees. We'll rotate at 110. There we are. Positive rate of climb, gear up, flaps up,
altitude,
and autopilot engage. And I'm gonna reduce our power already, otherwise we'll get yeah, that's good. Now the 140 is no longer relevant because we are level. There's no auto throttle in the citation. Oh yeah, just get our view outside. That's where we took off from. And now we're gonna fly to Niagara, and it's right in our back. So I'm gonna turn to the right, just the heading bug. I'm changing the heading bug in the Cessna. There we go. And change it visually. Just do it visually, we'll do the fine-tuning. And we're going way too fast. Gonna try and keep... Oh, the sun's out. Gonna try and keep under flap speed. And that's a nice sightseeing speed as well. Now we're at 21 nautical miles. Away from Niagara. We're turning. That's nice. That's a belly camera. Coming handy, and this is downtown Buffalo. That's our the airport we took off from. Good. It's slower. 50% power setting. Let's keep that at. And look at StraytWay. We're going almost straight to Niagara, but we're stabilized now, and we should be 6 plus. That's 14 degrees to the right. Well, we're gonna tap that in the mug, so just count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. That's how you do that. And it should get to 309. That's all true north, so that's why you can do this. Because it's GPS calculated. There we are. Straight to Niagara. And we'll be there in 4 minutes. So we're now at 1900 feet, and that will also be our pattern altitude for the VFR landing at our destination airport. I think it's St. Catharines, was it? Doesn't really matter. And that must be Buffalo, I think. And that's Lake. Let's head over to the map. Why speculate? There we are. Yeah, of course, that's Buffalo. This west side, that's Buffalo here. And the lake is, of course, called Lake Erie and Lake Ontario. So Niagara splits, it's a connection between Lake Ontario and Lake Erie. And it sits right on the border, because that line is the border between Canada and United States. Once a soft border, I don't know what it's now. And we're coming up on Niagara. Let's head over to our navigation screen. Yeah, I was right on the money. Just gonna give it 2 nudges to the right. 1, 2. Of course, if there are any deviations, they will become more and more apparent the more you approach your target. That's only normal. 11 nautical miles, 3 minutes, and our speed is fine. I'm only gonna put out some flaps to get the nose down, and we'll be stable for the sighting. That river we're crossing now is the Niagara River. What do you know? And what is this river then? That's also the Niagara River. That's confusing. The Chippewa Channel, and this is the. So here we are. We're just crossing. So if you look down, and that bridge is the 17. You can see that intersection here at Stony Paint Road. All is on there. So that's at here. See it here. That's this thing. And there's even a roundabout. A roundabout in America. This must be Canada. Is this Canada? Yeah, it is. I think it is. No. It's confusing because the borders keep switching. And that must be Niagara Falls, that city. And Niagara Falls must be before we hit the city. There we are. Time to get the cameras out. We're gonna pass straight over it. That little island is called Navy Island. That's Navy Island. Wow. Can you see the drop? I know. I shouldn't forget to take some pictures for the thumbnail. So we're straight over, almost straight over Niagara, and you see our direction of travel. That's this arrow you see, this line. It's coincides almost perfectly with. Hold on, because it's the best shot. That's nice. Looks a bit crooked. Oh my god, what's going on? A major malfunction here. There we are, Niagara. Niagara Falls. The Microsoft version. Let's see if we can get a better shot like this. Yeah, that's better. It's a bit weird, but you get the idea. Oh yeah, by the way, this is Flight Simulator 2020 still. I prefer it because I don't like the all the functions, and perhaps the rendering is better in 24. I don't know, but it's not really relevant for. So this is Niagara Falls, the suburbs of Niagara Falls, and time to start thinking about our landing. What's our speed doing? Ooh, we're a bit, yeah, we don't have an auto throttle, so we're a bit slow, but still okay. And let's see, go to the navigation screen, and I put our target, so our selected waypoint, on 2, which is the active threshold. And right away we have our and we're already too close for comfort to the airport. So we're gonna turn straight. The magenta line is the center line, the direction of the center line of the runway. So we'll try and fly parallel, fly a bit away, so we can get our distance right. So that's what we're doing now. We're turning away from the airport. The yellow arrow points to the threshold. And that's 3.6 nautical miles, which is too close for our descent, so we're gonna fly away a bit. So we're gonna do that parallel to the runway, and we're gonna keep turning to the left to increase the distance between the the center line of the runway, which is now the magenta 3 point, and if you go, it should be 4.7. The bottom left, you see 4. That's ideal. That's the minimum distance we should have from the center line to do our maneuvering. So we're gonna turn a bit more to the left, even a bit more aggressively, and in the meantime our distance to the threshold is increasing as well, which is, it's always better to have that distance too high than too low. Watch, we're watching magenta 3.3. That should be 4.7, and then we can start flying parallel again with the runway. We're gonna do a right-hand pattern, base, right base. So we're now on the downwind, or we're gonna join the downwind pretty soon. Give it some more notches to the left, and just throttle along over the 4.3. Okay, I'm gonna turn already to fly parallel. And I'm doing that all on site, so the bug changes, I just visually estimate the angle, and then if necessary, because if you do the calculations then you'll be too late. And it's fine, it works fine like that. Look, almost parallel. Yeah, bug center the bug. Perfect. Always better to fly a bit away from the center than towards the center line. If you, so I'm gonna do it now, and our distance is already at 10 nautical miles. So what we're gonna do? Our speed is fine. We're gonna start circling the threshold. So try and keep it at 90 degrees right angles to our right. So keep it abeam in sailor's terms. Watch the yellow arrow. Everything turns, of course. And some more. So I'm adding bugs. Watch the bug. So I'm continuously, one at a time, adding a few bugs to keep the plane turning till we are at right angles, like so, and then I'll try and keep it at 90 degrees till the yellow arrow coincides with the magenta, which is the center line of the runway, the extended center line of the runway. And then, of course, once we've reached that magenta line, we should turn aggressively to the right. Watch our speed to the threshold, our distance to the threshold, 10.5, the yellow number. And that should try and keep that constant. That's the idea. By slightly turning, by literally circling the threshold. And the needle starts moving, which means it's time to really turn the plane. And hope we don't overshoot. So the needle starts moving as of 2 kilometers or 2 nautical miles distance from the center line. Yeah, some more. Okay, we're at 9. Sure, you can already see the runway. Yeah, we're at barren altitude, so pretty soon it will start giving us descent. We're a bit off. We're 25.25 nautical miles off to the left, but that's fine for VFR. That's perfect. Because we're still at 8.2, and pretty soon you'll see the barren altitude switch to descent rate and a descent angle, a glide slope angle, which we'll try and stick to. Is that the runway? There it is. See? That's the runway. But we're gonna keep watching StraytWay for the time being. Yeah, there it is. So if you start descending now, we're descending at 2.3. That's a bit too shallow. So we're gonna. So we're still on autopilot. There you are. 2.5. 3 is ideal. So we'll wait to 3. Put out the gear already. So bring us below. Speed for the full flaps. 2.8. I'm not even watching outside, I'm just watching StraytWay. And there we go, 3. Okay, disengage the autopilot. And we can start our descent now. Perfect descent at 3 degrees. Before we even can see the puppies, we know we are at the right slope angle. Our speed is on the green donut, which is fine as well. Now we're descending at 700 feet, and StraytWay says 780 should be. So we should descend a bit faster, but we're gonna keep it. We're already at 3.5. But I rather err at the high side than at the low side. Anyway, we should start fully trusting our eyes now. 3.4, which is, so we're high. You can see that at the puppies, there's only one red showing, but that's okay. So the descent speed is the advisory speed, and it takes into account any winds you might have, because it's GPS calculated. It's not on the basis of indicated airspeed or anything. I think we're stabilized. That's Kaim is StraytWay telling us that we are at the. I got the power already. And try. Speed brakes out. There's no reverse throttle on the citation, so it's just the speed brakes, and we're already. Laps up, speed brakes up. There we are. And let's take the next exit, and then give a little demonstration of the taxi capabilities of StraytWay. So we'll just get us off the runway first, and then we'll stop there. And we'll turn into the sunshine, the sunrise. And we're at St. Catharines Municipal Airport, if I'm not mistaken. Let us get us off the runway officially, right here. And then gonna stop here and then show the map where we are. Brakes, take StraytWay, so you can just do away with all the markers we put in there. So there's only one route possible in StraytWay, but it is safe. So if you start up your phone, it's still there, but there's only one, so you don't have to name it. But you have to redo it if you're doing the same flight. Yeah, and you've done another flight in between. Yeah, you have to redo the route. But what was I going to say? Well, if you delete the markers, then you also delete the route. If you want to keep the markers and only delete the route, then you have to take the second dustbin or trash can. I think it's trash can in American. And if you take the trash can of the markers, then markers and the route is deleted. So we're going to do everything, delete everything. And now go to our position. Here we are. You're on the taxiway. Taxiway Charlie. And there's Bravo, and then there's. Suppose you want to be right here at the front of the building here. Yeah, the parking places, unfortunately, they're not showing. So the numbers of the taxiways names are there, but So then perhaps you need another map if you arrive at the airport. And see approximately where you are. So let's say, for argument's sake, you want to park right in front of the building. That means we need to turn off here, add it to our route, and then go to right in front of the building. There we are. And if you go to 1. So now we're gonna park straight ahead to you can do that by using just the sorry, I was looking for my glasses. So I'll start moving, taxiing. Now, of course, this is not a complicated airport, but it's just for demonstration's sake that if you are at Kennedy, this will be very convenient. You will probably need to put in many more waypoints than these two, because this is always straight. It's 2.9 nautical miles, or we're gonna take off at this speed to our turn-off point, and yeah, there's a building. But you can, if you want, you can switch to the map, and then you can perhaps better see us approach the point that we planned for turning off. That should be, yeah, why don't we take the other lines here? And our fuel truck is already waiting. Welcome to, what's the exact name? St. Catharines, Niagara District Airport. Great. So here we are. And I hope you found this useful. And also hope to see you next time for another demonstration of StraytWay in airplanes. See you next time. Bye-bye.